And we are on the air. Hi, everybody. Today we have my guest, Steve Scherer, and it's me, Christy CC33. And we're going to be talking about Steve's new book that he's writing. He's almost done with it. And so he's going to be talking about all the details of all the research and all the new information and recall and everything that he's found. Um, and then we'll go over some of the memories that come to surface again that he's been seeing, and then I'll go over my cards as well. So I'll do a card reading and everything too. So Steve, you want to take the floor now and just tell us about your book and all that?
Okay, well, I decided to write a book of all my experiences. I've had a very crazy awakening, and it allowed me to see a lot of things through my pineal gland and my third eye, and I began to like discover things that I was connected to, and I wanted to really write this book because I was born on a military base at Fort Bliss, and that was where they brought people that from Project Paperclip and stuff. So I I mean, my father said he's seen UFOs at his base and stuff, and he's very smart. He was like a mechanic and stuff. He never told me he was in any black projects or anything, but I watched a documentary on Netflix, and they say that they were like white mind wipe you and stuff when you're in there, so you wouldn't remember that. So you would kind of go to your day to day operations of being like a soldier and stuff. But my father was very intelligent. He was converting engines into like weird stuff like, and his general or his petty officer was always like yelling at him and stuff. And but they took good care of him, and somehow he got out of the war. And he never told me how that happened, but I'm thinking it had something to do with maybe doing the black projects and stuff. And I mean, he'll he'll deny everything or whatever I say, but like from what I've experienced with my astral work and being connected with generals that are doing really dark stuff to clean out this universe, there something that had to have happened. And being born in Fort Bliss, and Kai Shanti took me back to my birth and saw that it was like a galactic battle for me to be born, and a lot of dark forces were around me, and I was actually stuck in the room for 2 hours, and they had to give me a C-section to get me out and everything. So it was a battle. It's been a battle since I've been here to like do the things that I needed to do. Um, but then I started having like weird experiences growing up. Um, so when I was like 5 or 6, my awareness just flashed into my body, and I didn't know where I was, and I had to like figure out who my family was and stuff. My grandma came down the stairs, and I'm like, "Who are you?" I said this to her. She's like, "Oh, I'm your grandma, Steven." So I'm like, "Okay, that's my grandma," you know.
Mhm.
And then I sat down at the dinner table, and I was just like remembering, trying to figure out who my mom and dad were, who all these people were that were sitting in front of me. But I felt love, energy around me, and I just figured out who I was. And it's funny because like my jacket was hanging in the closet, and I didn't know what was mine. I didn't even know what my shoes were. So I went up to my
Oh,
mom and like where's my what's my stuff? And she like pointed at everything, and and I just kind of learned, and and I just you know became human, I guess. I even said that if I came back in this body with everything that I remembered, I like would have exploded. So
yeah. Do you think that that was the walk-in, like you were walking into your body
could
then?
have been.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know. I'm
Mhm.
not going to sit here and say, "Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
was that," because
And I felt like that.
I'm not like that. If I don't have a release of energy and memories that come up, that
Mm.
I don't say, "Oh, this happen, you know,
Yeah.
because I didn't experience it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but around 5 years, yeah, so that happened 5, and then when I was around 10 years old, I woke up in the middle of my apartment, of my living room at my mom's house, not knowing how I got there, and I don't sleepwalk at all. It freaked me out a little bit, and I ran back upstairs in my bedroom and went back to sleep. So that happened. So like I discussed this, so that's like the beginning of like everything that occurred, and that's like, and then it just keeps going. Things in it. I would oh yeah, I'd be on after like long practices at football
Mm-hmm.
and track and field. I would lay in the back of the bus as they would drive me home, and I would put music on, like techno music, and I would like drift from my consciousness, and I would see these battles with like laser weapons and everything, and like destroyed landscapes, and this would occur for like a few weeks when I would just sit because I was like really tired and relaxed, you know, and then like I would drift.
Yeah.
And then
Mm-hmm.
24 and then around 2008, 2009, I had a dream that I was off base. They like transported me into like some desert village, and then we had to like attack a spider queen and stuff, and I rendezvoused with my team. They were the enemy was chasing me right when I got teleported down. Like I saw
Oh,
myself energized into the area, and then I was like running to the village, and then my team found me, and then we went to go do the mission and everything. So
you think that was Mars?
I don't know, no
Mm.
idea, could be, but
You think it was like a jump room, or you just like sent like to a, you were just like transferred to your clone and then sent to Mars or something like that?
could have been. Um, sorry, something just released. I think that memory kind of came up a bit.
Yeah.
So when I release trauma and memories, I will cough,
Mm-hmm.
and if it's really
Yeah.
intense,
That's that Mars.
memories will like explode in my mind of what occurred, and then like
Yeah.
I'll go down this tunnel of memories, and then like my body will start vibrating, like
Yeah.
my hips and stuff will get
Okay.
hot, my
Yeah.
body gets hot, and then like
Mm.
energy will come up in my mind, and I read
Kundalini.
whatever. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's like a kundalini
Yeah.
mechanism.
So
So
when you're running, when you're transported to just say Mars, that's what it kind of sounds like. When you're super soldier running, you're being attacked by the Spider Queen, and then what?
well, we went into her lair, we got into and we like destroyed her, and
Mm-hmm.
then her forces were after us, so we were leaving the base, and we jumped into a warhawk. So this is when Halo and all that stuff was going on, and I saw a warthog like that was like in Halo, and then we
Mm.
like rode off, but then uh they like blew up our warthog, and it flipped over, and then I woke
Mm.
up immediately right
Oh,
after that
okay.
happened.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
and then I wrote it down, but I don't have that story anymore. But I remember pretty
Yeah.
much everything that
Mm-hmm.
occurred.
Yeah.
So that happened. So I looked up things of what people were a part of, and I found James Rank's videos, the Super Soldier, and deep down in my spirit and soul, I felt a real strong connection to him
Mm.
and what he was talking about.
Yeah.
But I didn't really. I would just watch videos and be like, "Oh, this is interesting,"
Mm.
and then like I would just watch it, but I wasn't like really engaging in a lot of that stuff. And then 2014 happened, and that's when I saw the Taurus field in the middle of the pond,
Oh, okay.
and then that like really excited my quest to do spiritual work and stuff. And then everything started occurring. Started meditating. Started um, connecting to my soul, bringing out energy, and then entities started coming to me and vibrating my field. And then it just kept getting more and more memories and more memories. And this is all my book that I'm writing. And I call it Deep Mysteries, or Mysteries Revealed in the chapter. And I just kept connecting, and it felt like I was being trained. You know,
Mm-hmm.
people were I think, trying to locate me to get me out. And then in 2019, I had my Reiki attunement. And okay, so the spider was black.
Thank you, Sharon,
Yeah,
for the question.
it was black, and it came up from the top of the middle, like in a web, and then we like just like cut it up. And then there was like these black entities or like monsters or whatever that were like chasing us. Yeah, it was like like it was crazy. Like
maybe her baby.
I get chills. Like, oh my god, like like, oh my god, my head just like started going crazy.
Sharon helps asking questions. It helps them.
Yeah, she just kind of made me remember something about it. Yeah, it was like a whole enclosure, it was like a dome, and she was like in there and stuff.
Yeah. Did you see any red ones?
No, I just remember black.
Yeah.
And I mean, this was back in 2008 when I was still in college. So.
And
then. So yeah, so all that was happening, and then 2019, after doing all this inner work, entities visiting me, I decided to go to get a Reiki attunement. And I went there, and she did her procedure, and then I had my Kundalini awakening, and I go more in depth with everything that occurred in my book, and came out. The black goo was all in me. It was connected in my shoulders and my back and everything, and it just like cut. Yeah, this big yellow beam blasted me out, and then there was like chaos everywhere. Like things were just like blown the fuck up. And I saw all these geometric patterns all around me, and it was like a yellow circular energy, and it like cut everything out, and then it like disconnected from me, and then it rose me up. And then where I was in the pit of the abyss, and it was like scorched earth. There was like billions of bodies just like burning everywhere, and it was red. It was like super red and fiery. And I was in such upheaval. My energy was just like going skyrocketing crazy. I can't believe I survived it. But I mean, I was training for 5 years really hard, meditating 3 to 4 hours a day at sometimes, and connecting, just training, and so I was ready, and I was exercising a lot. I was in really good shape. I was running, I was lifting, like my body was able to handle the energetic influx. And then like rainbow energy flying out of my body, my nose. I had a static ball on the front of my nose, and it was just oscillating like a static field. And then all this rainbow energy started like flying out, and that's the diamond light blueprint. It was being reintroduced into me. And angels came out to the side, and they threw, after I got up to the pit, I'm like, I'm sorry. And then I was forgiven. And God or whatever, he told me it's okay. Like I felt his love and everything, and they threw me to the side, and all this black goo fucking came straight out of my back. Like,
oh yeah.
And it spilled all over the desert that I came out of. And then as I came out, the pit that I came out of started closing in. And I saw all these geometric black lines like intertwined to close it up and everything. So it's like it has its like own intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's all sacred geometry. It's like inverted Metatron cube technology of some sort. And so that closed up, and then Illyrian was like, I started walking, and I saw like these palm trees like in the back, like an oasis. And then this Illyrian came down, and he had like a crystal crown on his head, and he just pointed. He said something. He said something. I couldn't hear it. Didn't know. I was like all dazed and stuff from the experience, But I zipped up and I flew out into the universe, and then I kind of disconnected from the experience, and I had to go to work in like 10 minutes. It was so funny. I was like shaking during the experience. I was like texting on the phone. I couldn't even like hitting buttons. I'm I might be late,
Yeah.
because this was like
Oh,
happening right when I was about to go to work, and I'm like, no,
mm,
not now, and
mm,
so I ended up going to work because everything started coming back to normal. I felt my field strength strengthen, everything came back together, and I felt all right. And so I
that's
finished the
amazing.
work and everything, and then I had day off the next day, so I was able to rest a little bit. But I saw myself on a water planet in my angelic
On
being,
a planet. Mm-hmm.
and I saw my wings sparkling in the air and
Mm.
everything. I was just kind of like hanging out and like really happy that I was finally out of whatever I came out of.
Yeah, like a healing time.
Yeah, it was like healing time, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like swimming in the water and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because I was reviewing my um I was speaking with Aurora Isabella. She was helping me after my awakening, and she just says I had a really strong connection with water. So I
Mm-hmm.
can see why I was there. It was very.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so after that experience, the next day I was meditating, and I was brought to this big yellow ball, and he started
Oh.
telepathically speaking to me, and he's like, "I'm very proud of you. I like hard workers, but there is much work that needs to be done."
Mm.
And then he sent me off my way. And then a few days later, I went back to the Reiki Center, and I found myself in the Galactic Council of some sort. They had like energy cuffs on me and everything.
Mm.
There was like this radiating
Mm.
holographic thing above my head and everything.
Mm.
And it seemed like they were like processing me because I kept like rolling my eyes a little bit and stuff because I think they were reading all like the bad things that I was doing. But
Yeah.
a lot of that stuff was corrupted information, and like the truth was like being brought forth to what was actually
Mm.
occurring to everything, and like the deception and everything. So they released me, and they
Mm-hmm.
sent me back to Earth, and then that's when everything really started to kick off. I wrapped my dragon around the Earth, and I'm like, no more, no more. And then the next day, me and my buddy at work, he's like another super soldier like me. Um, they reinserted me back into the um the light side of the space programs, the stuff that I keep seeing me and you doing stuff. It's like we started. There was like that bad sector, the Archon stuff, and then there was the light side with like Tesla technology, Arcturians and stuff. And then they inserted me, and I had a general or a commander or officer. I don't know, but I always called him my officer. He was there with me, but me and this kid started doing work, and we were invading mainframes. While I was at this happened at work, my whole body started vibrating. I started seeing
Yeah.
like objects that I was working with became like energy nodes out in the universe. And I was making these beef on wax sandwiches, and I felt they were like love bombs in
Mm.
the mainframe, and then the whole thing just like the whole mainframe like blew out, and I saw me and him were in like a yellow aura, and we were like dismantling the mainframe. And that right when we blew it up, all this shadow energy started like slamming my field, and I had to like blow out chi blasts and stuff to get them off and stuff. And
Mm.
it was just so hard. And this was like for like 2 hours too, and I'm trying to like do my work,
Mm.
and do the astral work at the same time, and it was just so fucking crazy. And it finally ended when the dinner rush ended,
Mm.
and then when we were cleaning up and stuff, a demon teleported into my kitchen,
Mm.
and so like, you better stop. We're warning you. And I told him to fuck off. We're coming for you.
Mm. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He had like this big red eye in the middle. He had like these big black wings and everything.
Mm. Oh.
And I was just like, fuck you. I
Mm-hmm.
know what you're doing, and I was just like so fucking pissed,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because like I've been fighting these fuckers for so long. And
Mm-hmm.
so like, and I like just felt like this is the time that it's going to finally break.
Mm-hmm.
And It's in my book. And so that all happened, and then I started going into psychosis, dissociating. I was getting attacked by them,
Yeah.
sending everything at me. They would send me viruses through messages from people on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
scramble my brain, and like I
Mm-hmm.
would have to like put it in my heart and resuscitate myself. It was just this awful battle, and but and then I kept working with Aurora. I saw that we were like invading more mainframes and stuff. Misha Johnson's energy started coming. I saw her as a galactic commander on a ship. She wears like a blue uniform. She was guiding. She was like telling us targets that we had to blow up and
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
You remember me with that? Me and you with that.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and so that was all happening. Then I got like a reading from the Aurora Isabella, and I was going through all my memories, and I was seeing that she was some sort of like Alice from Resident Evil, and
Mm.
then I started shouting out Pandora, which because she told me that one of my incarnations is Hephaestus, and then I like went into this memory hole of seeing Pandora and her being corrupted, and then this guy Clifford or whatever he was working at my job felt like an agent of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
He called me up to come in, and then my fucking mind like shot the fuck out of like my memory loop, and I went into psychosis.
Mm.
Thought I was, and I was riding my bike. I thought I was going into a zombie apocalypse. I was like trying
Oh
to
yeah.
prevent it, and
Yeah.
then these aliens like went above my head. I think they were grays or whatever, and I thought like saw them in like a spaceship, and then we like crashed into Antarctica. As I
Mm.
and if you crashed into Antarctica, there was a snowbank right by my work. I went through it, and then I saw like the spacecraft hit into the ground.
So you can see in many. You was being able to see like many timelines all at once or
Super, yeah,
dimensions all at
like
once.
everything all at once,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just trying to like keep myself
Process it.
physical. I was like
Mm-hmm.
grounding, like I was like grounding the energy into the earth as I was like experiencing these things, to
Mm-hmm.
open up like more gateways, blow out more archon matrices and stuff.
Yeah.
And but and then yeah, it was just weird because I started saying the waters of Apsu, which is the primordial waters of the Anunnaki Sumerian stuff. So like that's how I figured out like I was like part of this whole Sumerian stuff too. And it just things got crazy. I didn't go to the psych ward yet after that. Um, but that day when I was in the hospital, um, I kept seeing like timelines shift. Like I thought I saw
Mm-hmm.
people like walking through gateways and stuff, like tell and like energy. It was like the weird experience, and I felt like I lost some time too. And
Yeah. Definitely.
and
Do you think that they send you that you're there because you've been there a few times, but I think that they take you on missions when you go there. Like you're put in the super soldier stuff and sent through jump rooms to do like 20 or 40 or 50, whatever in backs, you know?
yeah, it's like
And I mean,
1,000 years and back.
yeah,
Sometimes it
I
feels
mean,
like.
like every day you could do it every single day.
Yeah,
That's, I mean,
I have the
you know?
ability to teleport
Mm-hmm.
to things, and actually, Rob had a show with Olivia James, Nathan, and Matt, and this happened
Michael.
yesterday. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Michael.
Mm-hmm.
And when Matt was speaking, my pineal gland connected to his energy, and I was brought to like some dark like area. I think it was I got the vision of Mars,
Mm-hmm.
and I just blew out the fucking wall or
Okay.
the force field, and then I went into like this little area inside it, and there was like a walkway, and there was like these black entities on each side, and they were like connected. It was the heaviest energy.
Yeah.
When I got into the facility, I saw myself like charge up like yellow energy, and then I kind of just like disconnected. But I started coughing when I first blew out this environment. I started violently coughing for 10 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
and and
This is
then
yesterday
this was
or
yesterday.
whenever you watch the video.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
I watched the video
Mm-hmm.
yesterday, And I
Mm-hmm.
posted something on there, and they removed it.
Oh,
And
on the
yeah, I'm like,
live
yeah,
chat.
no, it was just a comment. Like, because
Mm.
I just like to type in my experiences as they happen, you know. And a lot of
Yeah,
people just censor me on stuff
yeah,
because
yeah.
they don't believe
Mm-hmm.
anything that I say. And
Yeah,
and but when I cough out shit, I know something happened,
right.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then then like the recall occurred where I saw myself going into the facility, and then there was shit everywhere. And then I started, after I energized myself, I started coughing again, but it wasn't as
Mm-hmm.
extreme. So
Oh, so
and then
I had to watch it. I didn't see that episode, but he's talking about his experience, and so you're going to into his
yeah,
experience
and he
with him to
started
help him.
talking about Mars too and
Mm-hmm.
everything. So I think he gave me the location of where to
Mm-hmm.
go.
Yeah.
And what happens is we do sneak attacks because
Mm-hmm.
they're not because their guards are down. So it's easy just to like blow
Yeah.
shit up because like
Mm-hmm.
they don't think it's
They
coming,
were
you know.
ready. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I just like in my higher self will just take the opportunity and do
Yeah.
these things. Like, okay, they're timing this now, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then I feel it in my body, and then we connect, and then like we just,
Yeah.
you know,
Do it.
work together. Yeah, we just
Mm-hmm.
do it.
Mm-hmm.
And people are getting mad at it. Oh, you're supposed to like tell you want to help them. Yeah, I understand, but it's not like I'm like trying to get into his body. He's giving me locations to go to like dismantle things, and
Yeah.
this happens a lot. I go to Misha Johnson's groups and stuff, and I'll start feeling energy from what they're
Mm-hmm.
talking, and we'll get locations of where these facilities are, and then like the next day or whatever, we'll clean them out,
Go do it.
and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
or it happens right away. If I can do a
Mm-hmm.
solo mission, then my higher self will initiate it. You know,
Easier.
so
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So you don't have to wait around for people
Yeah,
to.
and then a
Mm-hmm.
cleanup crew comes behind us and dismantles everything, and then like people will have dreams and stuff or whatever, and then like things will unlock, you know, and then they
Mm-hmm.
and either maybe like feel sick the next day or whatever, but it's like clearing them out, you know, and they're just not
Yeah.
completely aware of it. I mean, I don't know the effect I've had on a lot of people that are in these programs, but when I first came out, I went to James Rink's live video and I told him I'm here to get people out,
Yeah.
and that's like my mission because I was a part of all the programming.
Mm-hmm.
They had me in the deepest parts of the whole system because they were just eating away at me,
Yeah. And the
and it,
black goo.
and those motherfuckers thought that they could just do it
Mm-hmm.
forever, and
Yeah.
I showed them wrong, you know.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So when you go into these groups and stuff, and you're actually kind of guided to assist and stuff, whoever's talking in the live chat or the video, whatever, because like with on Rob's show, mostly on Rob's show or James's show, like from before, when with the super soldier talk and stuff, when you were
Yeah,
talking about first watching his videos and going in, and then so most of the time the people don't understand what you're saying, but you just continue on, like, don't, just because someone says, talks crap or whatever to you, then just keep on saying, because it'll resonate with people who can see what you're
yeah.
saying.
Well, our Milo was on Typical Skeptic, and he was talking about these Archon grids and the black
Mm-hmm.
oil and the AI and everything, and everything he was saying was resonating with what I've been experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
And the dragon, it's always been a battle between two dragon families, and one dragon family became corrupt and they wanted to take it over, and it came from the Enki line,
Mm-hmm.
and Enki's been trying to fix it. Enlil was trying to fix it. It was a fucking problem, and like now we have like these inner fights of people. Oh, Enlil is bad, and
Yeah.
no, they're fucking
Okay.
brothers, and they're
Yeah.
trying to figure out why the fuck everything fell, because the
Mm-hmm.
black goo wrapped around everything and it destroyed the grid, and we came
Mm-hmm.
down here to help it.
Yeah.
So the universe didn't fucking collapse on itself.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why people get caught up in those things.
Yeah,
I think it is a, like a, I don't know. I kind of see it as a trap of like the black goo or whatever too. Like they get
yeah.
sucked
Well, what they
in.
do is they steal everyone's light and
Mm-hmm.
then put light into the system to confuse people.
Yeah.
And then the dark and the light in this system will just work together to keep people
Mm-hmm.
down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a
Mm-hmm.
coordinated effort. And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people just succumb to it because they didn't want to. They didn't feel like fighting it. You know how they say, if you can't beat them, join them.
Mm.
I never followed that philosophy. I always fought these guys every single lifetime I was on here. I fought them,
Yeah.
and everyone threw stones at me because I was telling them the truth, and
Yeah.
I died so many times every life because I'm
Yeah.
just like, listen, gotta do this, gotta, and then
Yeah.
you know,
Even James, remember you saying how James was defeated in the battlefield and had to put his helmet down, and then
yeah,
you as
his
his
heart blew
brother,
up,
and
and
then
his heart blew up,
he
and I
said,
like
"Why
went
don't you
up to
ever
him.
listen, or why don't you ever say nothing, whatever."
Oh yeah, that happened. That this had to have happened before I saw him in the cavern with his heart just exploded. But
This is on the battlefield. I'm talking about when you was his brother.
oh no, well when he yelled at me for not talking, we were in
Yeah.
front of our commanders and stuff like that, and I was like
Uh huh.
silent. And
Yeah, but you was kind of like, wasn't you? You couldn't speak or something like that anyway, right?
yeah,
You.
something, yeah.
Mhm.
That's a weird memory that I have. Like I don't know what
Mhm.
that was all about. It
Mhm.
was like I was like a ghost in the shell or something. I don't know. Like I couldn't.
Mhm.
It was I was just like doing work, you know.
So what else about your book? How far along have you gotten in your book?
Well, I got I'm on year 2022.
Mhm.
I just finished the Lionsgate portal, and now I'm discussing things about the people that I was doing work with.
Yep.
So and there was like people that so I have like so this next chapter is going to be pretty much a lot of dialogue between people, so they can
Oh, like
see,
the messages that you've saved on
yeah, the
Messenger,
messages that I sent out through Messenger, and then I'll explain things that occurred during it.
and
Um,
then we had some, but then your mom blocked it all.
oh
So,
yeah, so I tried recovering all the information, but because we lost friends and everything,
and your mom's your handler.
pretty much, yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
I mean, I'm freaking 35 years old, living in my own
Yep.
apartment and stuff, and she still tried
Yeah.
to control my
Treat
life.
you like you're 12.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean it's because I mean I went to the psych ward 3 times, so that scares the shit out of her. Um,
So.
but like this is the product of fighting the Archon stuff and
Mhm.
trying to break these
She
fields.
should mind her own business, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, you're not hurting anybody. You're not
no,
doing nothing.
she's worried about my mental health, which I understand. Like I'm not completely like, oh, like, you know, like I understand where she's coming from. But it's fear. It's not doing the inner work, not tapping into our divine essence. Because
Yeah, but she
if I
calls you
come
and
from this,
gaslights you, you know?
yeah,
She'll say that you're working out too much, that you're going into psychosis because you're exercising. So
yeah,
she just tries to gaslight you.
she's like all the signs are coming back
Yeah.
and everything.
Mhm.
And then she keeps
Yeah.
asking me if I'm not taking my medicine and stuff like that. And I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
I'm
And
like,
I try to help you to get back on track like faster. Don't let her pull you down,
yeah,
you
you
know,
help.
because it's
You
kind of
always
like a
me and you became like a couple up there. I always see us together,
yeah.
and then I had that
Yeah.
experience last week, which I mean I guess I can talk about. So
Yeah, tell me.
so on Thursday, I started I said I had a recall a little. I was when I was writing. So this was occurring when I was writing my book.
Mm.
I wrote a story down where I saw that we would open up stargates into sectors that were infested with this like dark energy, the black goo, like because I what I believe is we walled it off to protect the structures of like the solar systems and stuff. And then we would go with spaceships and stuff, and we would open up portals,
Mm.
and all these soldiers, what I saw was like star seeds and stuff coming through these portals and
Okay.
establishing a base. But they had a first wave of soldiers that would go in there, establish the conscious field, and then we would have to protect this conscious field. And they would use my body, my energy to like keep the fields together. And I
Yeah.
saw phase fluctuations through my eyes. I thought I was going to lose my consciousness the whole time. I was just trying to breeze through it, you know? So I wrote that story down in my book, and then I started getting a recall of things. I saw that we created a diamond blueprint, which was like a micro system, and then we were trying to bring it into a macro system. So we would interject our fields, our bases, and we would like island hop. We would create a base, clean out sectors, and keep going further and further and further and further, establishing bases of operation.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all Tesla technology too, from Nikola Tesla,
Yeah.
all his collective that he's connected with. And so I got that recall, and then I started coughing like really bad. And then I got a memory of me battling in arenas where these alien groups would judge our strength and our ability to like be strong. And they were like on top of like a balcony, and they were blue. And then they would stand like I punched. I had a golden arm on my hand, and I just like flew at this guy and punched him right in the face. And he flew back, and I looked back at these entities, and I just like stared at them, and they got up and walked away. And then I started coughing again, and then that's when I decided to put on. That's when I told you. No, I wasn't in Lincoln Park yet. I started messaging you, and I saw that I had the recall of us having explosive, intimate relations, and that like blew my body up. And then I released more stuff, and then I started putting on Top Gun. I put on
Maverick.
And then I started remembering Command like talking to me in my helmet, and I exploded through this barrier. So this was actually happening right. So this was like a mission actually that I was connecting to while I was having this recall, and I blew through this like incredible barrier, and all of Command was like in disbelief, and they started crying and like getting emotional and shit. And I'm like, my whole body was just vibrating with like love, anger, like it was like I put the whole human emotion spectrum together into one giant like explosive release of energy.
Oh yeah.
And like the hopes and dreams of like the guy that I was connected to was like connecting me to like just like do it, like it was like this explosion, and I ripped right through this barrier, and then I kind of disconnected from it. I took a break, and then I made a video about this. I posted it like last week. And then I went outside to go chill out in the sun, and I started putting on Linkin Park. And when I did, my body started vibrating again. It was like, so Linkin Park triggers me to do a lot of this energy work.
No.
We're like really tapped in together. And then I started watching the video Burn It Down. And we're burning it down.
Oh yeah.
Bring it back up. And I saw in my vibrational state, I saw this beam of light just like blow out throughout the whole universe, like the whole complete structure. It was like this orange white light, and I saw myself in some sort of like generator. Like I was in the core of the generator, and my whole body was on there. Like I just like hit it, and like I was like dazed and everything, and then my body started oscillating even further. And then I saw myself like sitting around this area. It looked like it was like the bedrock of the bottom of the universe. And I was sitting in like a meditative state, and I saw a diamond light like just like shoot straight up to the top of like what this universe is connected to completely, and went straight back and forth. And that's like when I sent you the message. I feel so good.
Yeah,
everything
that was it.
Yeah,
that was all of that was it on the ship with the star seed and open up the thing. That was all of that. That's a lot.
Yeah, it happened all, and it all happened there. And then, and I see Arkeem Ra post something about the light forces are here. So I'm like,
cool.
just like
that's confirmation.
Yeah, it was like confirmation. And and this happens a lot too when I do things. I'll see people post things about things that I've done, and I'm like, okay, good, awesome.
Yeah.
I get real happy. I'm like I want the whole collective to like come together and like, remember
Yeah.
where they came from,
Mm-hmm.
So I was really happy. And then the next day, um, I went to my mom's house. My brother was having an engagement dinner, and I was
Mm-hmm.
just like really sad. Well, no, I went to the restaurant before that, the day before, and I was just like, and before I went to the restaurant, I put up a photo of the Morgan, which is a goddess
Mm-hmm.
of
Got
war,
rid of it. Mm-hmm.
sovereignty, um, just I think maybe just I don't know, but
Yeah.
I look
Just.
at a photo of her and my right ear cracked.
Oh.
And then right when we left to go, I saw a crow in the middle of the road.
Oh wow.
It
Her.
flew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that flew.
Yeah.
I knew
Uh-huh.
her
Oh,
energies are
it's her.
with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when I was at the restaurant, I started feeling my heart and my pineal gland were starting to surge on occasion, and like
Yeah.
I was a little off balance. But then
Mm-hmm.
I saw like these like my angelic being, like I like landed on a planet with my knee like down, and I saw like electricity all around me. It was just a flash. I didn't know exactly what was occurring, but like I just saw what was occurring.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom said something to me, and I'm like, "What are you, against God?" Like my higher self, like it like blew out this energy at her, and like so she thinks I'm going into psychosis again.
Yeah.
And
Because this is what you've done in the past before. Because
yeah,
you've told them you've
yeah,
done this. Yeah. So then it's just yeah. And you're around family, so she just is like, oh shit.
yeah. So this is going on. I kind of disconnect a little bit. My heart and crown and pineal are still surging a little bit.
Because remember, you said to your dad, I'm moving to Mars, or I'm going to Mars, or
Oh
something
yeah.
like
Well, that was weird because when I told him, he's like, "Isn't that dangerous?"
that.
Like he wasn't like. It was just weird because I felt like
Because he
there's
was like
something. Yeah,
understanding.
yeah. I think he like something. I don't know.
Mhm.
He never tells me anything.
Yeah,
So
you can't because your mom.
yeah.
Hmm.
But when I told it was funny when I told my mom that if she my dad whispered to me, "You can't say that to her." Like,
And remember the one time you said this was last year, and you was at the wine and chocolate tasting with her. She wanted you to go because your dad was out of town,
oh yeah.
and then you told her that she's not your mother.
Did I say that? I can't
Yes,
remember.
you told her in front of everybody that
Oh,
she's not.
ah,
That's funny.
yeah. I was
And then
not
you said,
feeling it there. She was upset. She's like, "You were off your rocker, and I was
uh,
so uncomfortable with you." I'm like all these people are eating wine and like succulent. I'm just like,
yeah,
in my mind, just knowing how much people are suffering and shit. I'm just like, I was just so upset,
she
And
was so mad at you though. She said
yeah.
she was so mad at you, embarrassed. And then yeah, and then you went back home and you said you just saw black goose seething out of her.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Mhm,
I was meditating in my bedroom after that night, and I
mhm,
just felt this black energy radiating off her.
mhm.
And it's funny because Sunday, the day before I went back home, I was writing my book, and this shadow entity just like teleported into like the
Into
kitchen
their house.
area,
Uh-huh.
and it saw me, and then it
Oh,
slammed into my field, into my body, and then I put him in his heart, and then like I like healed it or something, and then it like left.
cool. That's
But
good.
the
Might
portal was
be just a.
still, yeah, the
Mhm.
portal was still open in the area he came through, and I was still feeling shivers and spine tinglings
Yeah.
in my back and everything.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
but so Saturday, so that was Saturday, no, Friday night with the restaurant, and Saturday was the dinner with my brother,
Hmm.
and there was a quartet
Hey,
playing.
Blake.
And
Hmm.
when the quartet was playing, I started seeing all these generals and stuff. Like I was having dinner and stuff with my family, but in the higher realms, I saw all these military officials like eating dinner and everything, and I was just really sad. And the day before that night, I was feeling this way too after we came back from the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, it was like we were mourning the soldiers that we
Oh.
lost. And I
Mm-hmm.
saw, I
Mm-hmm.
saw like,
Yeah.
I saw people. So they completely lost their existence. Their soul completely just dismantled, because what happens is this black goo will get into your essence, and then it
Yeah.
unravels your electromagnetic
Mm-hmm.
field that creates
Mm-hmm.
the soul, and then
Yep.
you're just not existing anymore. We
Yeah.
lost all those, and all these people that were in this program,
It
like
unplugs you, huh?
yeah, our
Mm-hmm.
friends. I feel it, like our friends, like my brothers, like we fought
Yeah.
so hard, and it was so sad to
Yeah, I
see
see that.
them like unravel like that and
Yeah.
just like obliterate, and
Yeah. Because they just sit there like vacant, like they're just
yeah,
vacant.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they become empty soul. Well, this is
Mm-hmm.
like their soul in the higher dimension. So like people that aren't on this earth anymore that were still fighting, like their
Mm-hmm.
souls completely dismantled because of the black
Mm-hmm.
goo. And I saw, what I saw was like this black goo like coming off of them and just like ripping apart.
Mm-hmm.
And like, and this happens with a lot of people that like that succumb to this stuff, because it eats away at your essence and then you become nothing. This is why things fall apart, is because once your
Mm-hmm.
essence is completely depleted, they have to find a new source. So they steal more divine essences
Yeah.
from you, and they shackle the fallen soldier, or the fallen angels and stuff. That's how they
Mm.
get a lot of this power. Is they have like a whole group of these fallen angels in these pits of these energy systems, and they just suck them dry until
Mm.
they don't exist anymore. And
Yeah.
that's what they were trying to do with me. And I'm like, hell no, and I came out of my shit. But
Mm-hmm.
so I saw that. I was sad. My
This was
my aunt,
Saturday.
yeah, my
Mm-hmm.
aunt came up to me, and I told her some stuff. I told
You're
her
writing a
that,
book, Fairies.
yeah, yeah, I'm connected to the fairy realm, the
Mm-hmm.
Agartha. I had to get to Agartha to anchor the diamond energy to activate. So
Mm-hmm.
Agartha is like the core of like the planet where everything is anchored into, and um what was I saying? So I told her she's a fairy. She's
Mm-hmm.
like, "You're not the first one to say that to me."
See? Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and then I started seeing my grandma and my aunt, they're sisters.
Yeah.
They were together, and I saw that they're like goofballs and silly, and they would do
Mm-hmm.
spells on people that took advantage of other people.
Oh, that's
And
fun.
I
Mm-hmm.
started laughing.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really good experience. And I tell them these things too,
Here.
and they don't make fun
Hi.
of me. My grandma even said that
Hope and glory.
she remembers that
Yeah.
she had a past life as an Egyptian.
Oh, wow. She even
Yeah.
said that.
So I was just kind of talking, and I talked to my grandfather, which is my great grandfather's son, which I found
What?
out that was like my officer the whole time since
Mm-hmm.
me doing these missions. And I have a heart to heart conversation. He has a huge lion heart that always beats from him every time I'm around him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Is that the cancer?
huh?
He's a cancer.
I don't know. I'm not
Remember
sure.
your grandpa?
I'm not
Your
sure.
your
Is he?
grandpa that when's his
I'm not
birthday?
always familiar with all the signs and
Yeah,
everything.
I remember. I
Okay,
think
yeah,
so.
so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it might be a
She was at
cancer.
a birthday party for him.
Yeah, that's him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a cancer. Okay. But he I started telling him stuff about how I feel, all these
Yeah.
things, and that great grandpa was helping me out there.
Yeah.
And he told me that he put his hand on a war memorial wall,
Oh, okay.
and
Mm-hmm.
he felt the pain of
Mm-hmm.
all the soldiers in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like a confirmation of me to show me that this pit that my great grandfather was fighting after his death, like he felt them still there.
Mm-hmm.
And because
Mm-hmm.
they were still suffering, he connected to their spirits of where they were fighting and
Mm-hmm.
suffering still. And then I eventually had to get them all out and stuff.
But he said he
And
started crying.
yeah, he said he cried for a half hour straight,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because
And
like,
then later, like during the week, then your mom confronted you and asked you what you said to everybody, because whatever. She was
oh,
acting
this
like the
was later.
handler.
This was after I told my brother's girlfriend's mom that I saw a shadow entity, and my
Mm-hmm.
mom got really upset about
Mm-hmm.
it and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
She does not accept anything that I do.
Yeah.
But
because you had all kinds of books in your apartment, all kinds of like all the books that you had, the Morgan and all kinds of
yeah, I
statues
had the
and
Inanna book,
crystals.
the Morgan book.
Mm-hmm. And she threw it away when
She
you
threw
was at the
everything
psych
away.
ward. Mm-hmm.
The only thing that remains is the tree, the seed of
Yeah,
the
life.
seed of life book with
Mm-hmm.
the
Jumvello. Mm-hmm.
Melchizedek de
Yeah.
Nero or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So that must be one of the most important books to have, because that's
Yeah.
the blueprint of the new grid that we created and
Mm-hmm.
everything,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's got concentric circles and everything, and that's what
Yeah.
we've been working towards.
I'm gonna show you the cards. I'm gonna do the cards, so because we got 10 minutes
Yeah.
left. So and then
Okay.
you
Yeah. Go
just
ahead.
tell me. So this is what I was just drawing while we're talking. You know, uh, see what you think.
Oh yeah.
What does he say? Information.
Information. Yeah.
Information.
Ant
And
beings.
beings. Definitely so. On Mars and stuff too, huh?
Yeah. Is that where they are?
Yeah, out there, like in the Southwest, the New Mexico
The
desert.
diagram.
Yeah. Maybe some people watching resonate. Maybe to activate some memories.
Dog man. Oh my god, I
Mm-hmm.
keep seeing the cryptid hunters like making videos about the dog man.
Mm-hmm.
Anubis.
Anubis, yeah.
Anubis is
Mm-hmm.
connected with the dog man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Sharon says yes. Oh, because we're connected with the dog people, the dog men.
Healing codes.
Mm-hmm.
Frequency oscillators. That's what I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Wonder if anyone's getting anything in the chat and watching.
be bold. Yeah. No
Yeah.
fear.
Mm-hmm.
Just have discernment.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I've had to work with since my awakening.
Yeah, all of us. You're not alone, you
Yeah,
know.
martial arts training. Yeah, we
Remember
would.
that center? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we would. Yeah, we even would go all over like
Mm-hmm.
Japan and stuff. We really learned a lot about martial arts. The
In
dumbs,
the
yeah,
dumps.
freaking
Mm-hmm.
blow out their energy fields and their frequency fields, and
Mm-hmm. Blake's getting and shit. I live here and
interesting. What I feel from that is those were on the walls of our command ships. It
oh.
would energize our fields
Mm.
in the command centers.
Mm-hmm.
They would be all over. It was like energy lines would run through them.
Mm.
Green, it's Arcturian. I think that message. Portal
This
jump.
one. Mm-hmm.
Drama. Yep. I actually went into Andromeda and they had Archon grids in there, and I had to clean them
Mm.
up. And after I freed some of their civilians from the grid, they brought me to the council, and then they had me activate one of the council members, and then they gave me the keys to the galactic core, and I vibrated in the core, and then all this black shit started evaporating from the area, and then it got reconnected to the Milky Way. So,
Oh wow.
yeah. Me and Shiva, it was me and Shiva
Shiva.
were doing it. Yeah. Palladians contact. Yeah, it's so funny. I just wrote the story about getting Sasha Snakes um, out of like they like stole her astral body or whatever, and they put a computer over her head, and I had to get her out, and they put all these frequency barriers around after I got her out, and I had to break through them, and I got her back to the Palladians, and then it was really intense. Like all these kings and stuff were like crying, and like they couldn't believe that she was back and stuff. And
Hmm.
I just felt this enormous amount of like heart, love, energy, and stuff. And then they helped me get some relics after that. They parted the
Oh, wow.
waters. Yeah, we went to the bottom of the pyramid and we got a relic that was down in the bottom. So
What kind of relic?
I don't know. I think it was a piece of the emerald tablets because not like just a little bit after that, went down to the pyramids of Giza and Thoth was there, and we ran through the void in the bottom, and then he opened up a portal, and he brought out the emerald tablets, and then I was like configuring them with like the new diamond light grid and everything that we installed. So like we were like
Did you read the comment here?
asking me about the grid, and I was showing them my schematics I had. Okay, yeah, awesome. What kind of grid was it? Is it the new grid that we've all worked so hard for? I mean, that was such an intense experience. The whole month was fucking intense.
Mm-hmm.
But so many people were involved. Like we were all like fighting and shit, and like all together.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a team effort. It was just like everyone was helping each other, and it was beautiful.
What do you think of this one?
Um,
You think it looks like we're going into something like a
yeah,
going
we're
into?
dropping in. We're like dropping into something.
Mm-hmm.
That when I saw that, it gave me visions of dropping into the abyss,
Yeah, I think so
or like
too.
ropes or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Like, or maybe it's like this. You think it's like that, or the other way? It could be any way. It could even be like this.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's some sort of portal.
Yeah, yeah. What about these dudes?
Um, they would. What I got a feeling is they put you on tables and integrate energy into your body, and that's like their
Mm-hmm.
language.
Yeah.
They would
Uh-huh.
speak. They would speak that language, and that's like the energy vibration of what it looks like. So
Yeah, that does resonate. Yep. Maybe that resonates for other people because it seems like they take a lot. They abduct a lot of people and do that. Maybe take them for the hybrid program then.
could be. I'm not getting like a recall.
Oh.
Mantis,
Mm-hmm.
the little devices. It seems like they would pull the levers, and frequencies would come out.
See that thing? What about this one?
The Hulk program. Okay, yeah, that resonates with me.
Mm-hmm.
I had a dream once where I was injected with something and I became like real big,
Mm-hmm.
and I started breaking the room that I was in, and I ran out
Mm-hmm.
to that elevator.
I remember talking with James, and I was seeing because he was talking about being injected with the green goo, and then they would inject him with the green goo to turn him into a Hulk, and then they were sending him to go and get zombies, fight zombies.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
remember that?
I had a recall when I was in psychosis the first time of being in castles and fighting zombies.
Mm.
We were going up. We were running up these circular stairs in one of the castles, and there's like zombies on the bottom,
Yeah,
shooting them with their
yeah.
shotguns and
Mhm.
stuff, and like running away.
Mhm. Mhm.
That came
It's
up
it's the
psychosis.
last one. Kind of looks like crows sitting on a
Skull.
line. A
So,
skull.
oh my god, I know what this is.
This.
This is what I saw yesterday. I saw these figures on each side of the wall around the walkway, and they looked
Really?
exactly like that. Yeah,
Whoa. Oh, okay. They're people. I see now. I see the shadow
yeah,
like them.
they're like infested souls, and it's like
I
black
see
goo and all of them and
shadows.
shit. Shadows, yeah.
Yeah, because
And these are the people that come in your dreams and
uh
give
huh.
you um sleep
Nightmares.
paralysis,
Yeah.
sleep
Yeah,
paralysis.
yeah.
They push down electromagnetically, and you can't move and stuff. So
Yeah. Because I think that they can disguise themselves as like a bird too. Because I thought of a crow, but then they kind of suck their energy, kind of can go like this, and then it's can go into you,
yeah,
like that.
that's Archon shit right there.
Yeah. Like a grid thing too,
Yeah,
huh?
you're seeing, yeah, that's the stuff that we've been breaking is, and then that's what
Mhm.
they like turn into that after like they lose themselves and shit.
Yeah. No, I see them. They're just like standing there.
Yeah, so they always have to suck energy from people because they can't
Yeah.
create their own, and that's how they keep their existence. Is they just vampire people's energies, and if they don't get it, eventually they just dissipate and blow out. And they
Do
don't get.
they do they just exist in the grid, in the energy grid, or what?
Yeah, and in the black grid, and then they
Mhm.
feed off of the grid because it's
Mhm.
it's active, So
Sharon, you see anything with that too? Because she has those the same thing too with the
yeah, that's
with
ugly. I'm
that.
getting tingles looking at that.
Mhm. Yeah. I didn't. It just came out so fast too. I don't know what it looked
Yeah,
like
that's
upside
that's what I.
down.
That's so weird. You pull that up because that's what I. Yeah,
I look that way.
mm,
Yeah.
memories.
Now you know. Now you know, huh? Now you see what they look like in there. So you know. So you seen it too. You've seen it too. So yeah, they. I'm sure a lot of people see them in the
Yeah, that
corners
one jumped.
of their room too. As they can be like an octopus. People say they have they see dark shadows in their corners of their bedroom, and then
Hmm.
they attach to their head when they're sleeping, and probably steal your consciousness, don't you
Yeah,
think? Or
my
attach to you.
brother. I astral plane when I was dreaming once, and I saw my brother with these entities over him, sucking his energy.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh
then
yeah, I
then
remember.
I woke up from the astral, and I went into his room, and I saw him squirming, and like,
Yeah, yeah.
and I woke him up.
Uh
Like,
huh. Yeah.
I'm like,
Because they
dude.
give you they just steal they give you a nightmare, and they siphon your energy, don't they?
Yeah,
Uh
yeah, the
huh.
nightmare. So I saw them in my
Mm,
dream physically
mm.
when I was dreaming, and they had this like an electromagnetic field. It was all black, and we had swords, and we are trying to cut them,
Yeah, yeah.
and the sword would just go through them,
Through them.
and they
Mm-hmm.
and they would laugh at me and everything.
Reform.
Yeah, they were
Mm-hmm.
just toying with me, and
Yeah.
then
Mm-hmm. They just reform. So how do you get rid of them?
yeah,
What do you do to get rid of them?
you got to break their origin of where it's coming from, and that's what we've been doing is we break
Oh,
we
okay.
break the energy system of where they're coming from,
Mm-hmm.
so they can't exist anymore.
Like an octopus.
Yeah, we got yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny you say octopus because I was in a group meditation with the people I call them divine team, and this one lady said that she saw the octopus
Mm.
over the earth and stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that, like sucking in
Mm.
people, like
Mm.
ugh. And we were we
Yeah.
were yeah we were
They
destroying all that.
they was siphoning all the energy on the grid
Yeah,
or whatever, like just controlling the grid, and then
yeah, and
and
I've
people's
seen
thoughts.
so they like connect into the people's fields above their
Yeah.
crown, and then they
Mm.
like they
Thoughts.
look like I saw this. I was at the hospital,
Mm.
not in a psych ward, but with my brother to go see my grandma that was dying.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was in the hospital, I saw these black like like energies like connected to people's heads and stuff.
Yeah. You have
And
to.
I was
Are
like,
you
"What the
friends with
fuck?"
Sharon on Facebook? You have to be
No, I
send her
don't think
friend
so.
request. Yeah. Yeah, I was I think I've drawn a picture of that that I guess it's an octopus, but it's attached to the earth grid, and then it feeds the earth grid the thoughts. Everything that they want to be programmed. They want everybody to think this way, so they program the thoughts, and then the people receive it. So how do you break
Yeah, it's like
that
a
by
program. It's like the
Mhm.
fear program. And then
Yeah, and
if
they
you try
feed it.
waking someone
Hmm.
up, it like activates, and then they start like lashing at you and stuff like that. And
Oh
like,
yeah. They set in your head
yeah, I
because
know.
it's infected. It gets in your head because it's like a layover, right? It's like, or do they? Is it the black goo or what?
Could be the black goo and the black oil.
Hmm.
What Arnino was talking about,
Mm.
like
Yeah, because my throat started kind of closing now talking about it. So I think it has like wrapped around my throat before.
Yeah, a lot of the infections now are not in the grid or anything, but they're all in like these pocket realities where they hide in people's minds, and people's minds are connected into the into space and stuff, like out in the universe, so that they'll hide in these little pocket zones. So we've been going around trying to find these pocket zones and just like dismantling stuff, because like, and their systems are getting smaller. We're like encapsulating them, so they just fight to the very death, you know. So like there's just like little pockets of shit, and then they try to attack, and then like we just go in there and like destroy them and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but like the whole
I just seen
universal
that picture
grid,
of them holding me up against the wall with the black hand or something like that, just like going like that. That's why I'm kind of like, you know, something.
Yeah, and it's
trying
just
to get rid
it's
of
just
them.
a struggle. I mean, I don't get attacked anymore from anything really. I just see myself always connecting to people and breaking things, and then I haven't had any targeting or anything since like it pretty much stopped after 2022. All the attacks for me, you know, because we finally built the grid up enough where like we can just do things, and my higher self is in a really solid place where it's like just fortified, you know. So
okay, well, let's wrap it up if you want to.
yeah.
What did Sharon say? Dr. Kim said they like mold. They probably like just like the energy of the mold, you know, because they can blend in with it and probably make it grow more too, you know, because mold's like a frequency. So they probably are the same frequency.
Yeah, they take your light and then
Read this.
use the
What they
light.
say. One thing that really activated me was when I was watching Isaac Mars and he was talking about having to eat these black like candy jellies, and I vividly remember what they taste like.
Wow.
Like licorice or what? Would they taste like? Like a taste like of candy, or was it like a mechanical taste? Like a oil? I feel hungry. I always feel hungry.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never encountered black
Me
candy
either.
jellies.
Sweet. He said sweet and
Sweet
plain.
and plain.
Yeah. Did you spit it out or what? What happened? Did like you just like ugh. I bet. Man. Y'all have any more questions, Sharon? Anything else that you want to ask Steve about? He ate them. He ate it. Yeah.
Oh wow.
You could eat it like how probably you do, you know, to transmute it. To transmute it. He ate it.
Oh wow.
I'm sure to transmute it. Yeah. So, okay. All right. Do you want to end it on this so we don't go on forever? Keep it short and sweet.
Yeah. Ours good.
Yeah.
I pretty much said everything that.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe Sharon can come on with us sometime too. You know?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Do whatever, you know.
Yeah,
whatever. The more we connect, the more, you know, you never know. I might just go on a mission and blow shit up. When I start coughing, you know something happened, you know.
I know you haven't been smoking weed. Remember?
Oh yeah, it's been a while actually. So.
Oh, remember you was talking to James and you was
Oh
coughing?
yeah, he thought I was smoking weed, and I'm like, dude, I'm like I was doing a live when he was doing a regression with me. I was doing a live mission with him, and it, it was like I don't know. Maybe people just don't see these things, but people with activated Kundalini will cough out dark energy. my
okay.
Kundalini mentor does it too, the same way as I do. So
yeah,
it's a form of sin eating.
yeah. Oh, okay. Remember that show it's on Tubi. It's called, what is it called? Inception or something? What's it called?
And so, oh, that movie that you
Yeah,
showed me.
yeah. Is it Inception?
No, it's
Yeah,
not. Is it Inception? I can't remember. But it's we developed the sin eating in the Celtic faith.
yeah.
That's really that's where we really got a lot of like how to master the darkness and the abyss is the Celtic and Norse stuff. Yeah. So
Yeah.
like we like created all these faiths to like learn how to like one to create the diamond light and two how to connect it with organic material.
You got my crystal? What do you think of that crystal?
Oh, nice.
Get any activation from it?
No, not really. I've been having a hard time though. Like
What about,
I don't have all the abilities I had when I was doing
it's
all
all
this
right.
stuff in
What about this one?
2022.
What about this one?
Is that selenite?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that a bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's
I
like
don't.
pushing it.
Sometimes they're fake ones, you know. The sun.
Yeah.
What
I
about
have a bunch of crystals too. I keep on my
the
little
kyanite?
TV. Yeah. Oh, I have that too. Right here.
Yeah, the same. They're saying hello.
So it's funny. I collected a green stone, a blue stone, and a red stone. And I called it the gemstones of the Ocarina of Time.
Oh, cool.
Because it was the same colors, you know.
So you can see through that one. Bless the tornado.
Yeah, I feel it pulsing.
I'll do this when there's a tornado. Like I'll cut it. I'll cut like it's at a pie shape, you know. Like I'll just slice it apart before it comes, you know, and then it just disperses the energy of the tornado. You're like, whatever.
No, that's fun.
That's what I do.
You can connect to the energies of the storms. It feels really good when it happens. So I can see you like manipulating it, you know. Is it amethyst?
Yep. These are the Arkansas crystals right here that
I live in New York, so they have Herkimer crystals.
Oh, diamond?
Yeah, like a diamond? Herkimer quartz.
Oh wow. Nice.
Double terminated.
Oh, that's nice.
Comes from Herkimer, New York.
Wow. Okie dokie. Let's end it, man.
Okay.
I'll see y'all later, dudes.
Thanks for
watching.
Thanks for watching, guys.
And it's a wrap.